with the whole COVID happening and that we were quite involved initially with health work. And the fear was that employees will arrive back and they will be positive. And that's where initially the process was to say, let's focus on people in isolation. What can we do with people in isolation? But then we also realized that the government actually forced employees from these two burning areas, two provinces in South Africa, to go through a 14-day compulsory quarantine program or quarantine period where they will be placed at a specific facility. And I think the initial approach was to say, you know what, we need technology, we need Wi-Fi, we have to do this on Wi-Fi, we can't go there, there's a virus, and what if we get sick? And then we realized that a lot of these facilities won't have Wi-Fi. And that's where the whole idea then basically started to say, well, we need to see people face to face because people are afraid. And that was really our first day approach, to get the guys and the ladies that's coming back after a period of quarantine, after a period of isolation, being at home, not being able to work, to come back to work initially in that quarantine period and to explain to them, but you know what, we are all the same. And then from that experience, we basically moved to a point where we need to say to them, but you know what is in your control? What can you do differently? What if something like this happens again in the future? You're in control of certain things. You can't control the fact that the country went into a lockdown. That's not something you can control. You can't control the fact that the mining industry had to stop work and they only were allowed to recall 50% of their employees in May, and you were not one of the first ones that being recalled. And by the fourth day, we got to a point where we focused on teamwork and connectedness. And what was amazing is that by the fourth day, we sat basically with a different employee in front of us. We had more hope, more optimism for the future. Even if we had some lady facilitators as well. And this one facilitator of us, she said in the beginning of the week, she had this Madala Kosa man standing up and said, "You a little lady, what do you know? You will not be able to help me at all. You don't know what I'm going through." And by the end of the week, that same guy stood up and said, "You changed my life. You made a difference in my life." So it was a total wellness journey, but absolutely worth it. Very hard work, but absolutely worth it in the end. And even though I believe that the whole process was not for everybody, I still believe that if we touched 90% of the people, we touched not only that individual, but we touched the extended family as well. And we had made a difference at the family as well.